reason number 4, and possibly the most important reason that I am so against early specialization for youth athletes is it significantly increases injury risk. Some of the studies I've seen said that 50% of overuse injuries that were seen in physical therapy were due to one sport athletes. Some of the other studies I saw were that 70 to 93% of athletes getting severely injured were one sport athletes. So what you're doing is when you play the same sport over and over, your body is under the same demand over and over and over, and you develop asymmetries and imbalances. Let's use, for example, if I'm a pitcher and I'm throwing constantly, I'm only developing all the front side of my shoulder, and that's where you get all these significant injuries to shoulders and elbows for pitchers during that throwing motion, because they don't develop the posterior side, and that imbalance creates an asymmetry that then causes injury. So if I only play my sport the whole time and I limit my development, then I don't create that balance, and I'm just going to, that imbalance, instead of being here and then we go in season and then it starts to drop off, we go in season and then after the season we go into private lessons and then club teams and all this kind of stuff, and it goes up, 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 up. And that's why we're seeing an exponential rise in ACL tears in males and females, but particularly in females. I can't even tell you how many of the female soccer players that I've worked with personally, what a high percentage of them come into me at younger and younger ages, as young as 11 years old, already having blown out their ACLs playing soccer, because they're playing year-round soccer. And that's why we're seeing all these injuries, because 15 years ago, girls weren't playing soccer year-round. They played a little soccer, then maybe they played field hockey, and they were on the swim team. So we didn't see nearly as many of these knee injuries because they weren't playing as much volume of soccer year-round. So same thing with other sports. I've had baseball players already having elbow pain at 11 years old because their parents don't know that a professional major league pitcher only has so many pitches they can throw, and then they get shut down, and they're doing rehab work, and they're doing strengthening work, they're doing all this other stuff. However, some of the baseball players I've worked with, they're pitching for their middle school team, they're pitching for their club team, they've got pitching lessons with one coach, they've got another throwing lessons with another coach, so the volume of pitching that they're doing is 15 times what a professional pitcher would be throwing, and this is for an 11-year-old. And now we're starting to see elbow injuries and Tommy John surgeries and debilitating ACL injuries in younger and younger athletes, and this is the reason. Early specialization. You can't throw an athlete into such an excessive workload and excessive volume for a long period of time and not see a significant increase in injury risk. So those are my top 4 reasons. There's a lot more, but those are my top 4 reasons why I'm against early specialization for youth athletes. I think it's so important to get an athlete in, play the sport that they love, and then allow them to play multiple other sports so they can develop long-term life skills and athletic skills that are going to translate over into a lot of things. Reduce the incidence of burnout, give them the multiple options to be successful in other sports, and significantly reduce the injury risk that you're going to be putting on them by specializing early. Thanks for watching. I'm Coach PJ. Check it out next time.